Does every kid in this country, Haredi, or ultra-Orthodox or secular, needs to study math and English and serve in the army and then work for his living? Of course he has to. This is the meaning of democracy, that everybody has the same rights, but also the same duties. Do we need to go back to the negotiation table in order to achieve peace? Of course we need. Why? Because the other option is the loss of Jewish identity of Israel, and we can't let this happen. Who are the first people this country needs to worry about? The middle class. Why? Because we are holding this country on our backs, because we are the backbone of this country, and in normal countries, the people who work the hardest are entitled to education and housing and infrastructure. And we should empower them and make them feel that the system works for them. I know I'm simplifying here something that won't be easy to implement, but the Israeli society is in trouble. And this is what you do when you're in trouble. You go back to bases. Our old politics became addicted to the process, became addicted to the intricacy of the discourse. We are saying it's time to step away from this equilibrium. It's time for us to remember what we came here to do, not why we can't do it. And what is true about the Israeli dialogue is also true about our dialogue with the diaspora. Israeli politicians are always making the mistakes of trying to explain to the diaspora the troubles and complexities of Israeli politics, and how hard it is for them to do the right thing, no matter how much they want to. So I'm going to make it simple and normal. I believe that the Jewish identity is in danger, and you are the gatekeepers. You are part of the last line of defense of the people who still believe that Judaism should not be a prison for ideas, but the liberator of ideas. Judaism should not be the disintegrator of people, but what joins people together. Judaism should not be subordinated to small politics because it answers a higher rule. And I know you feel every so often that the state of Israel doesn't even seem to understand or appreciate the fact that you have saved the Jewish nation from assimilation and submersion. So I want to use this opportunity and thank you for this. In behalf of myself and especially in behalf of my children, every now and then we should just say that we thank you. And as part of this thank you, I'm going to do everything in my power to ensure the equality between all movements of Judaism in Israel, Orthodox, conservative, or reform, in conversion, in budgets, in the eyes of the law. No one can claim ownership over the Jewish God. Small, old, petty politics cannot determine something that is eternal as the Jewish identity. This is just wrong, and therefore it has to disappear. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure there'll be civil marriages in Israel. The complete dominance of the Orthodox rabbis in Israel over divorce and marriage is an insult to every free man. This is just wrong. And therefore, it has to disappear. It might take time. A lot of politics is going to be involved in this, but if you want to know what a normal party is, this is the answer. Normal party is the party that is doing the right thing just because it is the right thing. I'm not even doing this for you. I'm doing this because I could be you and you could be me. I'm doing this because, much like you, the majority of Israelis want the Judaism to be pluralistic and sane and welcoming. And maybe this is the reason why the new generation of Israeli politicians is not afraid to say, I could be you and you could be me. And I could be you and you could be me because we sprout from the same root. And it is, by the way, a very honorable root. Many years ago, in 19th century England, an Irish parliament member yelled at parliament, at Benjamin Disraeli, Queen Victoria's Jewish prime minister, "You bloody Jew." And Israeli answered, when the forefathers of the honorable member from Dublin were running cruel and naked in the forests, my forefathers were priests in King Solomon's palace. So priests of the Jewish world, thank you for all the amazing work you're doing, and thank you for caring, and thank you for having me.